Excuse me, I'm looking for a US Marshal, a Mr. Bass Reeves. What's a stick bug like you want to do with the greatest, deadliest sheriff this side of the Mississippi? I don't know about all that. I just do my job. You the new kid? Yes, sir. The Marshal Service sent me to help you with your current assignment. Yeah, I know why you're here. You're my new posse man. I'm your new what man? No, posse. Like a cowboy posse? Never mind. The name's Bass, but most people call me Bass. It's a pleasure. Bass, sir. You got your gun, kid? Yes, it's right here, sir. Whoa, careful with that, kid. You don't want to have an Alec Baldwin moment here. Sorry, sir. It's my first day. Well, it's gonna be a hell of a day for you. I'm tracking down a nasty piece of work named Jim Webb, dead or alive, and I'm not thinking he'll want to come alive. Do we know where he is, sir? Locals here said he passed through not too long ago. I'd say he's about a few hours out, so we best get to it. Sir? Yeah? Well, it's just, you're a legend, sir. Every bandit and no-good thug fears your name. But, forgive me for saying this, it's just, you don't quite look like what I expected. I've heard that one before. If you don't mind me asking, how'd you even become a deputy in the first place? How I became a deputy? Alright, well, I guess I'll start from the beginning. Bass Reeves was born in Arkansas, July 1838. Is that you? Are you doing that? Born into slavery and owned by a state legislator named William Steele Reeves, when Bass was young, he and his family were forced to move to Texas with their owners. There he was made to be a manservant for his owner's son, George Reeves. Bass was forced to do labor, help the blacksmith, and assist George Reeves with any demand. Bass, like all slaves, had no rights and were considered property, nothing more. Life for slaves was truly horrific. But Bass was strong, both in body and spirit, and stood up for himself. At some point, he even asked his owners if they could teach him how to read, an unprecedented request for a slave to make. Sir, I want to learn how to read. You want to learn to read? A black man? Reading? Oh, heavens no, that would be terrifying. No, we can't do that. But, you know what? If you really want to make yourself useful, we'll teach you how to shoot. A black man with a gun is much less scary than one who's educated. Bruh. Bass was taught how to shoot, and from some accounts became so skilled that he was entered into competitions and won them easily. But life would continue to have hardships. In 1861, the Civil War broke out, and surprise, surprise, Bass's owner sided with the Confederacy, becoming a colonel in the Confederate Army. And when he went to war, he brought Bass with him. According to Bass himself, he was forced to fight for the Confederacy in some pretty major battles, such as Pea Ridge, Chickamauga, and Missionary Hill. Bass, what the hell? You were an ace shot at the competitions. What are you missing on purpose? You're expecting me to fight for the Confederacy? To kill Union soldiers? Yeah, the ones who are currently fighting to help free me from slavery, who, if victorious, will make me a free man. Bass, I don't pay you to think, I just need you to shoot. You don't pay me at all. I'm not free. Oh, quit your belly aching, Bass. You want a Thin Mint? Would a Thin Mint make you feel better? Ooh, I want a Thin Mint. Oh, I hope all of you die. Eventually, Bass had had enough. Historians are conflicted about the specifics, but one night while playing cards with George Reeves, he was pushed past his breaking point. No, that's not how you play. You're either supposed to give me your cards or say go fish. Don't you know the rules? No, I was never taught. Whatever. I don't want to play with you anymore. I'm just gonna eat my goldfish. Can I have some? No. Slaves don't get to have goldfish. Alright, this stuff is worth its weight in gold. I could eat this all day. Go fish. Bass escaped his owner and made it to the Indian Territory in what is modern-day Oklahoma. Hey, what's good? Running away? Yes, sir. How come? How come? White man? White man. Yeah, tell me about it. You guys cool with letting him live in our territory? If it wouldn't be too much trouble, please. What, you speak Cherokee? A little. Yo! Oh, hell yeah. Come on in, brother. We'll teach you the rest. Bass lived in the Indian Territory as the war ended, and when the Emancipation Proclamation and 13th Amendment were passed, he finally became a free man. We did it, guys. Slavery and racism is no more. Except it wasn't no more. Every time I come into a town, white folks think I'm trying to find where all the white women are. I'm married with 10 kids. You think I'd want your pasty, plain tortilla-looking ass white women when I got a certified baddie back home? Wow, that's awful that they treated you so... Well, I'm sorry, 10 kids? 11's on the way. Hold up, what is it? You see these tracks? Yes, clearly some kind of fish has been through here. What? No. This type of hoof print belongs to a bronco, the exact type of horse that our suspect is known to ride. By the looks of it, they're only a few hours old. We still have a ways to go, but we're on the right track. Wow, that's some impressive detective work. You're pretty smart. I have my moments. Wait, so I heard you were a farmer after the war ended. How do you become one of the only black cowboys after all that? Actually, it's estimated that around 20 to 25% of cowboys were black. Oh, I didn't know that. Yep, it's part of our culture too, so maybe we shouldn't assume things, okay? But it must have been hard to become a cowboy, right? It was. Being a cowboy isn't all adventure and excitement. It's a lot of herding cows and learning to live off the land. You know, like berries, jerky, goldfish. Ooh, goldfish, let me get some. Don't you ever touch my goldfish. Sorry. So, you went from escaped slave to cowboy, then to the most feared sheriff in all the West. How'd you do it, sir? Well, it was a matter of chance. After the end of the war... There it is again! The Indian Territory became one of the most lawless, crime-riddled places in all of America, especially in Oklahoma, where Bass was. Owned a lot of cattle? Stolen. Locked your goods in the safe? Cracked. Stupid-looking hat? Dead. The Indian Territory became a haven for criminals, and a place that people felt the law couldn't touch. But Bass knew the natives, the land, spoke the language, and was an expert shooter. So when 2 US Marshals, Isaac Parker and James F. Fagan, were tasked with recruiting new deputies for the territory, getting Bass to join was a no-brainer. Why me? You meet all the credentials, and I can trust you to uphold the law. I do follow the law. You're also 6'2", jacked, and have the coolest mustache I've ever seen. And I bet you've got a hog down there. I do have a hog. But I don't know. I have a family to provide for. We also provide dental, a Roth IRA, and this $15 Taco Time gift card. What about PTO? 20 days a year, plus a yearly, all expenses paid corporate trip to Cabo. Alright, I'm in. So would Bass Reeves, a former slave turned cowboy, be any good at being a lawman? Well, I hope you've been following along, because yes, of course he would. But his success should not be understated. Bass Reeves wouldn't just become the best black lawman. He would be one of, if not the best lawman of all time. In his career, he would go on to make over 3,000 arrests and killed 14 criminals, making him one of the most efficient and deadliest lawmen in the Wild West. His name and exploits would become the stuff of legends, such as the time he fought the dangerous Brunter brothers. Hey, get a load of this. It's that lawman everyone's talking about. Let's get the jump on him. Oh, Lugia, nice. Freeze for the sky. It's the Brunter brothers. Just who I was looking for. Come to turn yourselves in? As if. No, we're finally gonna get rid of you once and for all. Well, before you do that, you fellas know what's today's date? Why does that matter? Your arrest warrant needs a date. Our arrest warrant? Buddy, you don't understand the situation. We have the guns. Oh my god. He showed his intelligence the time he arrested 2 outlaws without even waking them up. So is that when you saw the 2 outlaws? Yes, and then those 2 bandit brothers blow right through the stop sign, going 1,000,000 miles an hour, money bags in hand, clearly stolen. You know, this used to be such a nice neighborhood, and now we have all these crazies coming through. Did you see where they went? Yeah, they're holed up in their mother's house just right over there. But you know, the biggest thing with all this for me was not the bank robbing or the speeding. It's how rude they were. I went to go give them a piece of my mind, but you know what they called me? They called me a cow. Sharon, we are cows. That's beside the point, Frank. Look, I know I'm not exactly the easiest to get along with, but I just thought that was a real dick move. Hello, ma'am. I am but a wandering bandit, looking for a place to stay. I heard there was a beautiful woman who lived here who would let me stay the night. Beautiful woman? Do you mean me? Oh, he's beautiful. But no, Helen, you have to pull yourself together. I see. You know, you're not so bad on the eyes yourself, but I don't know if I can let you stay. Did I mention I also have a massive hog? Oh, say less. I've always wanted to try dark meat. Oh, great. I'll just be inside. Yes, you will. But just try not to wake up my boys, okay? I guess it won't matter. We'll be waking them up anyways. Ugh. Huh. You devil! You tricked me! What happened to us? What are we? I'm sorry, ma'am, but your boys are criminals. Well, I hope you're hung. Actually, the correct grammar isn't hung. It's hanged. Oh yeah, I know. I still hope you're hung. Ew! Mama, you sold us out for that? That's gross. Looks like she's a little moody. Sharon, please. I'm having deja vu. There was also the time Bass showed off his shooting and speed when he faced off against the infamous lawman turned outlaw, Jim Webb. Wow, your story's amazing. But wait, isn't Jim Webb who we're after right now? That's right, and I think we finally caught up to him. Come on, give me that. No, my goldfish! Somebody help! Excuse me while I whip this out. You'll want to stand back for this one, kid. Are you Jim Webb? Who's asking? Bass Reeves. Don't do it, son. Not unless you're ready to yee your last haw. Can you knock that off? You're as good as they say. I'm sorry it had to end like this. Well, if I have to go down, I'm glad to know it took a legend to take me out. Put her there. Yee. Ah. Bleh. Thank you, Mr. Reeves. Is there anything we can do to repay you? Yeah, let me see some of your white women. No, I'm just messing with you. Just stay out of trouble, stay off drugs, and keep it real. Wow, that was amazing, sir. Oh, you're still gonna tag along? Yeah, of course. We just went on this big adventure together. Now we're close. Put her there, my homie. Stop. Bass Reeves was the epitome of the word lawman. Seriously, who is doing that? His sense of duty never wavered, even in the face of adversity. There was even a time where he had to arrest one of his own sons, but no matter what, he continued to uphold the law. But finally, after 32 years in the field, he retired at the age of 68. He would die just a few years later. When we imagine the word cowboy, we usually picture the classic stereotype, with jeans so tight that one wrong move leads to everyone seeing a glimpse of chicken skin. But Bass Reeves was every bit the heroic cowboy from the movies, only real. The pinnacle of earnesty and an unshakable legend, with possibly the greatest track record of any lawman ever. He had no known master, but duty. But he didn't smell like duty, because he was also known to smell like beef. Just because I was a cowboy does not mean I smelled like beef.